ride in the vert. Yeah, started this shit from the dirt. Yeah, you can see the mud on my nuts, got the blood and the sweat, tear stains on my shirt. Yeah, I've been trying to ride in the right. Yeah, spaceship pulling off. Parents told me if I ever want some, get up on my ass, make a plan and go work. Hey.
Welcome to Connect with Christina. And, you know, this show is about me having the opportunity to bring on our local, awesome, successful people that are making moves right here in Arizona. So today with me are my friends from the Odd Squad.
Hey, what's going on?
Stay on the gas, just play with the brakes. I'm moving fast, but this ain't a race. Haters is mad, look at their face. It ain't my birthday, but I'm getting cake.
Yeah, we just keep getting high. Welcome aboard the Enterprise. You wanna see what's in the skies? Baby, I'm thinking the same. Put them problems to the side. Let's take this bleezy to the brain.
Ain't coming down, is why you see me rolling, yeah, all day now. Go pick up my meds and then I blaze down. I get up so high, I'm never coming down. Yeah, you can see the mud on my nuts, got the blood and the sweat, tear stains on my shirt. Yeah, I've been trying to ride in the right. Yeah, spaceship pulling off. Parents told me if I ever want some, get up on my ass, make a plan and go work. Hey.
But also, before I forget, so Nubs over there is wearing a blessed shirt. Yes. And for those who don't know, my boyfriend Kevin, aka Shooter Vision, used to own this company in college while he was at the U of A. So shout out, Shooter.
Oh, this is one too.
Yeah, my little entrepreneur. Anyway, so guys, tell everyone who you are, please.
It's your boy Snowman.
I'm Nubs, Odd Squad family. We're missing A Factor, but you know, we're the people that keep this city going. You know?
Definitely trying to do our best, keep the ball rolling. You know what I mean? Everything this year has been great to us. Doing shows out of state, a lot of shows out of state. We're about to go on tour in October. Yeah.
And these guys are so humble, so I'm going to have to pull this out of them. But tell everyone all the shows and all of the movies and this and that you've had your songs in.
The last one we found out about was All American. I think it was, season 3, episode 8, somewhere around there.
The new episode just came out.
I could be wrong. I don't watch the show, but I checked it out.
All American. We got
I
some
watched the
placements
show. I'm
in
guilty.
MLB The Show, the video games. We got the Derrick Rose documentary, a couple of LeBron interviews, and then when LeBron switched to the Lakers.
No, it was I think he went back to the Cavaliers. It was something. It was something about the legacy of LeBron. You know what I mean?
Either way, this is endless. So what else?
Yeah.
There's a whole list that we're getting from our publisher because we're still trying to find out. There's a bunch, and we don't even know about a lot of them. So
yeah, well, you're from Arizona. We are so proud of you. So keep doing your thing.
It.
So I know, but can you tell everyone how you came up with the group's name, Odd Squad?
We were sitting around a table, and this was in high school. We were sitting around a table in his backyard, and we were sitting with a bunch of friends, and all of us were weird. You know, we had a couple Mexicans, we had me, we had Nubs, the homie Tyler. I forget who else was there. It was a couple other people. We were just sitting there like, bro, we're odd as fuck. Like, it's like, this is just an odd bunch of people. You know what I mean? And it just, Odd Squad family, it just kind of popped up like that.
yeah, I said Odd Squad family. I'm like, yeah, it's the Odd Squad family.
And how long have you guys been together now?
Graduated 2011, met you 2010, so
11 years, 12 years, something like that going on.
Yeah, and I've known these guys and followed them for 7, so that makes sense.
2015.
Yeah.
When we did that Halloween party.
Yep.
We've done a couple Halloween parties.
And you know, as life would have it, even though there's been amazing moments in your lives, which I'm so proud of you for, you've also had to endure some hardship, like the loss of my friend, your brother, maybe
Frosty.
So
R.I.P. Frosty, man. Little bro passed away in 2016 from reasons we don't talk about very much. But yeah, it wasn't the easiest thing to go through, you know. I don't think anybody was ready or prepared for that. It just kind of happened out of nowhere. And yeah, we all had to fight through that one. That was a gut punch for sure, man.
It's the biggest blindside.
Yeah, and I saw the community like get behind you guys, which again, being out here in Arizona, I'm a big advocate for Arizona. I love Arizona. I always say that, and that was like one of those moments where it's like it does take a village, and it does take a community, and the community was behind you guys for sure.
It's kind of sad. You never know how many people really care about you like that until you pass. But I always knew my little brother I always knew he had, he touched people's hearts all over the place. You know what I mean? So it was a little iffy at first, but you know, we always appreciate the love and the support that we get, and we wouldn't be able to do it with, like, especially Arizona, period. You know what I mean? Just because this is where we started. So just to see all of that love come from such a sad situation, it's still a beautiful thing. You know what I mean?
If you could say something to Frosty, what would you say?
I talk to that fool every day.
Hey, I talk to my mom every day.
I talk to Frosty almost every day.
If I could sit with him in person, and you know, because me talking to him every day is a different situation, but if I could sit with him right now and tell him in person something, shit, I don't really know, to be honest. I'd probably be too busy giving him hugs and crying, and you know what I mean?
He was always happy for sure.
Yeah, I miss that smile, man, that's for sure. That's the...
Yeah, dude, for real.
And you?
Yeah.
What would you tell him, Nubs?
Yo, to chill his little ass out. Like I always told his ass. He didn't calm the fuck down.
It's weird. You know what? Now that you say that, it's weird even thinking about that, because I wouldn't know what to say. I mean, under certain circumstances, I'd be too shocked. You know what I mean? To even...
It depends on in the circumstance. Like if he just came out of death and was here now, then you know there's a lot to say. Like where the fuck?
I'll say it for you guys.
And, like,
the love is real.
Guaranteed.
Sure. Yeah.
Guaranteed.
And disclaimer, these boys asked me before the show, like, can we cuss? And I said, we have to keep it real on the show, so go ahead. I love giving shout outs at the show. And I know you have a few to give out. We'll start with Chunk. So let's shout out Chunk.
Shout out to the big homie Chunk, man. Shout out Kevin. Hey, look, I'm telling you. Look. Shout out Bless, man. Shout out to, I want to give a shout out to Justice, RTU, you know, for helping us in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, giving us a platform to jump on and spread our message, even though when we first started, we didn't really know what the hell we were rapping about. But my Aunt Rochelle, my dad, my mom, Nana, and everybody for being just as supportive as they always have, always believing in me. For the most part, Nubs, Factor, and fucking Matt Hat, you know what I'm saying? Action, Justin, you know, the whole Only Dreamers team, man. Just, we wouldn't be able to do this without y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing to be where we are now, and I'm glad we have the people that we have, so.
Shout out to the fans. Love you.
we wouldn't be able to do this without y'all, man. This is a what do you call it? A team effort. You know what I mean? Yeah, we make the music, and we may do a lot of footwork, or you know, however you want to say it, but we wouldn't be able to do this without the people that we have around us and the people who listen to our music every day, and you know, so.
So to those artists out there still, you know, trying to find their way, starting out, I mean, what are some of the things you can, you know, share with them as far as...
You bastards to be so fast on that one, bro.
Well, because I've been talking for the most part.
Yeah, it's a nice pace change. I'm like, this is cool. This is what they feel like in every interview, huh? I should just sit my ass back. It's
But
nice.
Nubs,
It's a
really,
nice thing.
some of the challenges and how to get over that as an artist.
You know, it basically boils down to not quitting. You know what I mean? So, you know, if as long as you're having fun and your ultimate goal is to grow, you know, the only way you lose is if you quit.
It's
so
not always gonna be fun. Remember that.
I mean, I've had fun the whole time. You know what I mean? There's points there where it's like this is an extreme case of weird fun, you know, that I wouldn't label fun in the moment, you know? You look back on those times, you're like, that was kind of fun. You know what I mean? Because you're still alive, so we're still here. But, you know, don't quit and just try to get better every single day. Don't give up. Like, if you think you're going hard, go 10 times harder. Because if you're not in the studio every day, if you're not practicing on your craft every day, there is somebody that is. And it's not a competition, but it's like you got to think about what it takes to make it. If you're in the studio like 3 hours every week or like only 3, even if it's just 3 days a week, that's not enough to make it top. You know what I mean? So some people get lucky, but even the people that got lucky are still doing that every day. That's how they got lucky. You know what I mean? So
work hard.
Work as hard as you can on whatever you love, as much as you love it, and don't quit on it.
So in your experience, are you going to add something to that, Snowman? Go ahead.
Be open to criticism. Not everybody is going to like your music or whatever you're doing, but there's always somebody out there that does. And not everybody is just talking shit about you. You know, some people actually have some real creative criticism to give, and it helps. You know what I mean? So
that's a good point. That's like in life too, you know?
Yeah, that's with everything.
No. Have you ever experienced like a situation where somebody was sort of cruel to you guys, where maybe they just, you know, didn't want to give you an opportunity, just rejected you, made you feel small?
All the time.
Honestly, I mean,
Judged you.
Not much lately.
You know, judging people, that's like they see you, they look at what you're wearing, and then they change their position, and then they treat you a certain way. So, have you encountered that?
not in a long time, honestly.
Bro, you encounter that every day.
I don't see it. I don't pay attention to it.
What if
so I don't.
walks up to you and thinks you're blind or old, or they treat you?
It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen all that often anymore. That's my point. It really doesn't.
Well, and so how do you handle it?
It'll never stop.
Other than
happening.
not.
You know
So,
what I mean? It'll
okay,
never
for
stop
example-
happening. And that's the whole point. Like you
But
don't.
but I feel like that's why
way you
Snowman is a
handle it
beautiful person.
Yeah,
So,
well,
for
the
example-
way you handle it is you don't worry about that shit because you're never gonna change everybody's perspective of you, and the way they decide to treat you is way out of your control. You know what I mean? If you try to control that, then you know you're gonna go insane. But like, just be yourself, and hopefully they see that. And if they don't, then it doesn't matter anyway because we keep it moving.
For example, when I don't remember what store it was, but remember we walked into that Circle K, and the chick she basically asked me what was wrong with me. And I said, there's nothing wrong with me, I'm albino. And she was like, oh, what does that mean? And I was like, well, I'm black and I'm supposed to have skin color, but I don't have any pigmentation or melanin, or I don't have a lot of it, enough to, give me the darker skin tone, hair and all of blah, blah, blah. And the chick told me I was lying. And at first I got upset because it was like, Howard, why did you ask me a question if you're just going to tell me I'm wrong when I give you the proper answer? And just sitting in the situation and listening to her be ignorant showed me that I should be the bigger man and just leave it alone, because you're not going to take the answer I give you anyway. So there's different, like,
but she wasn't being malicious. Like,
no,
like,
but she's still, but it's the same thing though.
You playing me right now, like.
It's the same thing though. For you to ask somebody a question and then tell them that the answer they're giving you is wrong is still the exact same thing. It doesn't matter if you're trying to be rude about it.
Well,
or
and
not.
I think it's different for you because it's at you.
Exactly. And then when me personally, I don't really. It does. You could have been talking to the person next to me, and I would have felt the same way about the situation. Just because of you asking a question and then giving they give you the answer and you tell them the answer is wrong. Why'd you ask the question in the first place? You know everything already. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, well, that's a whole different thing, and there's a lot of that for sure.
Exactly. But in the situation, it was kind of like, you know what? I'm just not going to deal with it. And that's basically how I do most of the, like, when he says it happens all the time, I don't notice it anymore. when people look at me a certain way, I don't notice it anymore because people have been looking at me like that my entire life. You know what I mean? So,
Well, when I look at you, all I see is a very positive, awesome, talented
and I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah, and I mean that.
And you know, you've been supporting us for a long time. So, and just the love, you know what I mean? Like being able to come up here and sit down and have this conversation, you know what I mean? So, it's a beautiful thing. Like, not many people like you come around us often. We have some cool people that show up, and then you know eventually they end up disappearing or somewhere along the lines. But we haven't seen you in a long time. No, but listen to what it wasn't dark. You said it before I got to finish my statement. We've known each other. We've known each other for a while now, and even though we don't talk all the time and we haven't seen each other in a while or anything like that, the love is the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that plays
That's
a
for
large
sure.
part. You know, that's what I was trying to get to say.
I guess on that note, it's like, yeah, you might not see Kevin and I all the time, but we're always there.
Exactly.
And if you need us, we're here.
Exactly. And vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, it's always been that way. And you know the people who are like that.
Yeah.
You know.
We are definitely blessed. Like I said, Arizona is full of awesome people. Also, before I forget, will you tell everyone how to follow you guys and if you have any upcoming shows soon? I know you're always traveling now.
oddsquadfamily.com. You can find everything on the website, all of our music video, or all of the links to YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, Pandora.
You go to Odd Squad Family wherever you stream music. Look up Odd Squad Family, oddsquadfamily.com for merchandise and ticket sales. Our next shows are Everett, Washington on the 17th of September.
Next weekend.
Albuquerque, New Mexico on the 25th of September. And then we got a tour coming up in October.
Look at you, Nubs.
Yeah.
So before we end your little visit at Connect with Christina, I have to ask, I know A Factor's not here, but who are some of your favorite artists that have inspired you?
Oh, man. I love music, so it's like I've been inspired from all kinds of genres, from like Earth, Wind and Fire, listening to Earth, Wind and Fire with my parents growing up, and like the Police and Chicago and all that rock.
That's
and then
real music.
I grew up singing with the Phoenix Boys Choir, so I sang Mozart and Bach and all these other legendary classical composers, and then I grew up listening to hip hop and, Eminem, 50 Cent, Tribe Called Quest, you know what I mean? The Dog Pound, all of them were fire, you know what I'm saying? So, like, there's just a bunch. Right now, my favorite artist is Rod Wave. I love the way he tells his story. He sings his story. He makes you feel it, you know what I mean? What?
Kevin, he just makes me think he likes Rod Wave. I don't know why.
Who, Kevin?
He does, though.
He does like Rod Wave.
She said it was like, yeah, that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Rod Wave goes hard. But
How about you, Snowman?
Yeah.
The people that made me want to be a rapper, I would have to say is Scarface and Sibo. Those are the two dudes that I can think of.
I thought you said CeeLo for a second.
No,
like
Sibo. Nope. And the funny part about it is the music I grew up listening to was hard gangster rap, and now I'm completely on the opposite side of the fence from that. And I still listen to that music every day, but I don't make any of it.
You don't make it. Okay,
I don't make it. You know what I mean? Like, but what's his name? The dude that killed his son, the singer, Marvin Gaye. I loved him as a kid.
Marvin did what?
Yeah.
Can we
You
get
didn't
a
know?
fact
I know,
check
we need
here?
fact
I'm pretty
check
sure.
on that.
Can we get a fact?
I'm pretty sure.
Dylan's back there. Can
We
you
don't
I'm
fact
pretty
check
sure.
this?
We don't need to spread falsehoods.
No, I'm pretty sure that was Marvin Gaye, if I'm not mistaken, because my nana and them used to tell me about it. Like,
Okay, Dylan's checking right now.
but
Okay, yeah,
so Marvin.
that's true.
Yeah.
What?
I was right.
What?
I fucking knew it.
This is this?
I fucking knew it.
My
Yeah.
life
Wait,
is
hold
changed.
up. Dylan,
Yep.
come over here.
Yep.
Tell us what you see on there. What do you see?
I'm barely Googling this.
Okay, Justin.
Gay is shot and killed by his own father.
Oh, okay. So it was the opposite.
Marvin Gaye was killed by his father.
the
You
opposite.
try to lie on my man's
So it was the
name.
opposite. It was the opposite. I'm sorry.
You
Okay?
tried to lie on his name.
Either way, this is
Either
why we
way.
fact check.
This is why we
Guys.
fact check.
Marvin
facts.
Gaye was so dope to me
Dude,
when I was
fire.
when I was a kid.
Love Marvin.
What was it? What was the other?
They just
dude's
don't
name?
make them like that.
I didn't know
No,
Marvin
they
got killed by
don't.
his dad. That's
Cisco.
crazy.
Cisco.
Cisco.
No one talks about that man
Hey,
anymore, but he
that's
was
crazy.
dope. Like
Cisco's small,
of
but
the-
he was good.
some of the stuff that I used to listen to, like
He's like my height, right?
what's his
Remember?
what's
Or
dude's
is
I
my
met
height.
him.
what's dude's name? Yuck Mouth.
He's my height.
Damn, is he?
Yuck mouth? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Like Yuck Mouth and
It's crazy when you meet people and they're like hella short.
Right.
And it's like, bro, I thought you were like a giant. And
It
it's
wasn't
like,
DMX.
you're
it
like
wasn't
barely
DMX
taller
short.
than me and I don't have legs. So like, you're really short.
Wasn't
So
DMX
these
short?
guys opened up for Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yep.
They opened up.
Packed
And
out
I
show.
didn't really realize, just to let you know, my friend Lisa will tell you the story. I show up there in a sundress. Like I'm going to Wrigley Mansion tea party.
Lit.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
I forgot about that one.
After that show, I like was hungry all of a sudden because of everyone there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm like,
Yep.
Why am I
was
so
a full
hungry?
house
Dude,
too.
it was smoky. for
It was a
sure.
full
It was a
house.
cloud. We performed in a cloud.
That was the first show we ever did for over
It was
over
packed out.
2,000 people.
yeah.
And
It wasn't
all of them
a
were
sold
screaming,
out
it
show,
was
but it was packed.
No, the Bone Thugs, I have the flyers sold out.
Was it?
Yeah, no, it was. It was sold out.
sold
It
out
was
both
crazy.
actually.
And then
I know
people
the
were
Tech
still
Nine
trying to
show
get in.
is.
Check
But
mine
I
out.
just stood out in my sundress.
Did you travel?
I just didn't mean to wear it.
No, we just
We
got to
opened.
perform.
He
for
did
him.
he did a Halloween show out here a couple years ago,
What was that? 2019?
2018, I think.
Because we did Hollow Wicked in 19, right?
Yeah, we were in Detroit
Okay.
with High CP.
Well, and then so one of the hip hop shows in Arizona, you guys.
The
Oh my
Arizona
gosh.
the festival.
Yes.
We did the Arizona Hip Hop Festival 3 years in a row. The first 2 years was with Frosty, and the last one, which I'm not gonna say we won't ever do it again. I don't really know why we haven't done it again, but
The last one wasn't with Frosty. The last one was after he passed because they
yeah,
had the memorial
that's what I said. The
Oh,
last
okay.
one was without Frosty.
without Frosty. Okay.
Yeah. But
they had the whole memorial.
shout out
That was
to Justice and the whole RTU family. You know what I'm saying? The Arizona Hip Hop Festival.
I'd do the hip hop fest again.
I'd love to.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
It's going on right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
No.
It's day 2.
Should we check it out again? Just
Fact
kidding.
check.
I think it's day. I'm
You out here
pretty sure it's
spitting
day 2.
bougie facts.
I think
bro.
it's day 2. I'm not even gonna cap. Here, hold this.
Do they do it multiple days still?
How many artists do they bring on there when they do that?
Hundreds, right? Yeah,
There's hundreds. There's you got singers, rappers.
How what?
September 11th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
they're doing it
happening.
so-
He's quick with the.
I know.
So is it over?
Yeah.
You just call him Justin?
I did.
Nice. Shout out to Justin. I hope you heard this.
What was Skylanes before it was Skylanes? Do you remember? Livewire. Do you remember?
Livewire
Oh.
was
I
so
kind of missed that
dope.
place. Yeah.
That place was so fire.
Bone Thugs there too.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Livewire
Yeah.
is now Casa and
Skylanes.
Skylanes,
Yeah. It's bottom and top floor, right?
The spot,
Separated.
has the hookup with, right?
yeah, he used to work for EEG. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We have friends everywhere there. So
That was a cool
shout out
venue,
to the
man.
Youngs.
That was probably one of the coolest venues in Arizona.
Y'all do have
Livewire.
friends everywhere. Jesus.
That's a scary thing to say. Like, is that a threat?
Somebody says, so every year someone asks me, like, are you going to run? Are you going to run for this, for that? I'm like, no. And they're like, why? I'm like, because I can't party. And that's the truth. Just being honest.
You just can't publicly.
I can still help, but I don't need to do that.
you got to party behind closed doors. That's no fun.
You guys, thank you for coming to
Thank you for having
visit.
us.
And any last words for your fans?
Think good, feel good. Love yourself. I love you. You're worthy.
We love y'all, and we couldn't do this without you. I'll continue saying it until I can't say it anymore, but I don't see that happening. We cannot do this without y'all. Odd Squad family, for all of your Odd Squad family needs.
Well, Odd Squad family, thank you for being at Connect with Christina, aka
The Cloud God AZ. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Ride in the vert, yeah. Started this shit from the dirt, yeah. You can see the mud on my nuts, got the blood and the sweat just stains on my shirt, yeah. I've been trying to ride in the right, yeah. Spaceship pulling off. Parents call me if I ever want some. Get up on my ass, make a plan and